Greetings survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here with your weekly catch of rusty news fish, where in this episode I have for you the first actual footage of actual fishing in actual rust. I've got some rust in space, but not really. Unless. And if you live in the UK, then I've got a giveaway for a rather sexy monitor you can enter in a bit. Sorry, I would open it up to all of you lovely people, but shipping and all that jazz, you know. First though, if you're not subscribed, it'd really help me if you did that right now. And talking of subs, see what I did there? The submarine update propels itself ever closer to us, hoping we won't notice until it's too late. But if you've been watching this channel, you'll be prepared. There will be 3 main new features to get used to soon, and they are submarines, basically wet cars, underwater labs, somewhere to go with your wet car, and fishing. But when you say, well, how long's a piece of fishing line? I'll tell you. According to the plan, if everything goes swimmingly, and as long as nothing is subject to change, this is all going live in the next Forced Whip on Thursday the 5th of August, and will probably be playable on the staging branch for a week beforehand. Not 100% sure about sharks and spearguns yet, but from what I'm hearing, it looks like the team are cracking on with things, and they could well be surfacing too. So, the new thing I have this week to show you is the progress on fishing. This is all still currently being hooked up, but as you'll see, it's mostly there now. Seems you'll need 2 things, a fishing rod, which has been sitting patiently in the game files for several years now, and some bait. You'll be able to adjust your cast length by aiming up and down, and as long as you've picked a decent spot, preferably in a safe zone, you'll just need to wait for a bite. You'll be familiar with the next bit if you've played certain other fishing mini-games. Naturally, your catch will fight you, and at the moment it's A and D to pull it left and right, and S to reel it in, but of course, if you're not careful, you'll lose it, and the fish just ends up with a free meal. It's not just fish you'll be catching either. As you can see, you might end up catching some tarp instead of a carp, some fins instead of something with fins, or a bucket instead of a mullet. Sorry, that last one wasn't very good. I'm not sure as to the exact variety of stuff we'll be able to retrieve from the deep, but some of the fish species mentioned so far include herring, sardine, anchovy, yellow perch, and of course, brown trout. Also, better bait will give a higher chance of catching rare fish. I don't know exactly what we'll be using though, whether that ends up being standard food or specialised stuff that you'll need to cross a bandit's palm with scrap for, but I'll tell you as soon as I find out. In the meantime, let me know what you think to fishing in the comments below. Yet another thing to put in a pie though, eh? So many ingredients and still no tier 2 cooking. Hope you're looking forward to subs as much as I am. I'm just so excited. No more floundering around in a wetsuit soon, as long as you can afford the luxury. As mentioned last week, we'll be able to purchase them from fishing villages, and although I don't have the price structure yet, you'll be glad to know they will at least come with 50 fuel. There are no periscopes planned, as far as I know, but we do know there will be torpedoes, and here's what they'll look like. I must say, Tom has done a top job on Laurel and Hardy, as I'm calling them for now, although I'm not sure what the exact difference will be when it comes to the fillings. You can also see here the animation on Little Hardy. Look at him go. Slightly reminiscent of Fallout, I think. What about you? And last week I showed you some visuals on the underwater labs, which will of course be your main motivation to overcoming that crippling thalassophobia. As mentioned, unlike surface monuments, they'll be procedurally generated, they'll also have multiple levels, and will allow for submarine docking via a moon pool. There are a ton of commits this week relating to set dressing for these, including control chairs, shelving, and steel toilets. Ooh la la. Alistair also got me going a bit with this footage, which sadly isn't foreshadowing for some kind of space station, but rather buoyancy gone wrong. Shame. Rust in space could be interesting. Don't worry, the interiors of underwater labs won't really act like this, I hope. In other news, it looks like the water itself will be getting a bit of a tweak, with visibility behaving differently depending on depth, and things looking brighter and slightly more turquoise. In addition to the electrical quality of life changes I mentioned last week, you'll no longer be able to pick up boom boxes without TC Auth. A case was fixed where connected speakers would play audio even if they weren't powered, and some more internet stations were added. For those of you concerned about missing out on free stuff, going forward, all streamer-specific Twitch drops will be moved to general drops for the last 24 hours of each campaign. Subject to change, of course. Tell me what you think to this below. why not? Right, talking of free stuff, attention UK people, the smashing chaps at AWDIT who power my content are going to be giving away one of their awesome new 1440p 165Hz 27-inch RGB monitors to one of you, and you'll find the link to the giveaway page in the pinned comment and description. The winner will be notified by email when the giveaway ends, and you will need to reply to claim, so keep an eye on all of your folders. Sorry, but because of the shipping costs for large items and many other things, this is UK specific, but stay tuned as I will have more far-reaching giveaways in the future. Please leave a like and sub to the channel if you appreciated this vid. Follow me on Twitch for streams, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and my Steam group to stay in the loop on my content, and you can support the channel directly through Patreon or by grabbing some of my merch. I shall catch you all soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio. This video is powered by AWDIT's producer range of workstation PCs, available now at awdit.co.uk. So many ingredients and still no tier 2 cooking.